Of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
The Padres have won a couple of games in a row and split the weekend series against the Philadelphia Phillies, mainly because of this man, Nick Hundley, getting hot at the right time. He started out 0 for 21. He's hit safely in 6 of his last 7, including a 4 RBI game, a career high the other day. Jason Worth trying to earn the big bucks that the Washington Nationals gave him before last season. He hit just .232 then. He's hitting .322 right now to lead the surprising Washington Nationals, who are leading the National League East, coming into the game today with a record of 12-4. Padres and Nationals in Game 1 of this 3-game series here at Petco Park. Andy Mazur pinch hitting here for Dick Enberg, and Dick will take the next 3 days off. I'll be joined here, as always, by Mark Grant. And, Bud, you look at a 12-4 record for the Nationals. This is a team only a couple of years removed from 103 losses. Not doing with offense, though, are they?
No, the general manager, Mike Rizzo, for the Washington Nationals, have put together a great defensive team and a nice starting rotation. And there's a nice trifecta, and Gio Gonzalez is one of those. But when you look at the ERA of the Washington Nationals, they are just pitching lights out. And if they put the ball in play, they've got a really tight defense to go along. And that's why you see the ERA and the record of these Washington Nationals. Gio Gonzalez toes the slab tonight. When you got 3 pitchers like Zimmerman, Strasburg, and Gio, 26-year-old. This kid signed a 5-year deal. He's got all the pressure off of him. And as a staff, they've got an opposing batting average of .202. The one other thing that sticks out, this staff is a strikeout staff, Andy. They will strike out a bunch of hitters.
All right, Padres are going to be trying for the old triple, not only with a 3-game winning streak, but a whole bunch of more triples, and the bat that'll try to get them there is Clayton Richard, trying to bounce back from a tough one against the Colorado Rockies. Padres and Nationals coming up next. The Colorado game out of his mouth very quickly here and get to work against this Washington Nationals lineup. Ian Desmond, the leadoff hitter. Danny Espinosa, who had 21 home runs a year ago, will bat second. Veteran Mark DeRosa will be in right field hitting third. The cleanup man is Jason Worth. Adam LaRoche at first base. Former Padre Xavier Nady will be in left field hitting sixth. It's Wilson Ramos behind the plate. Steve Lombardozzi will be at third base, and Gio Gonzalez will be the number 9 hitter against Clayton Richard. And we'll get this one underway. And a first pitch swing and a foul out of play. So quickly, 0-1 on the leadoff batter, Ian Desmond. Again, we mentioned it's not really the offense that has gotten the Nationals where they are right now at 12-4 atop the National League East.
It seems like the last handful of years for the Padres, it's been their way about going play this game of baseball. Pitching, defense, very few runs, and that's how they won a lot of ball games.
And a bouncer past the mound, kind of deflected there, and now Bartley with a little trouble, and he'll lose the play. So safe at first base is Desmond. That's the way this one gets underway. Clayton Richard always trying to get to the ball, and Bartlett lost the handle.
That's going to be ruled an error on the shortstop. Jason Bartlett deflected 1-6. And you can see Jason Bartlett trying to field that to his right side with the backhand. Very makeable play for both players. Clayton just couldn't find the handle. Tough way to start right out of the stretch.
And against the errors, 3 in the game the other day against the Philadelphia Phillies on Sunday. Managed to overcome that, though. And here is Espinosa. 1 home run and a couple of runs batted in the early going. Clayton Richard, of course, with that great pickoff move, which I'm sure the Nationals are aware of, and he misses low. So behind again, 1 ball, no strikes. So Espinosa, one of those surprise guys last year. I mentioned he had 21 home runs. And they weren't getting the production from Jason Worth, so they were getting it from their young second baseman. And now Richard falls behind 2-0. Missing that time outside.
Yeah, switch hitter who's got some serious pop from both sides. He has a little bit of trouble with some breaking stuff, and that's where Clayton Richard, if he stays mechanically sound, he can make some good pitches against Espinosa.
And that one missing again. So now the count is run to 3-0. As home plate umpire Lance Barrett making the calls. Paul Emmel over at first, Scott Berry, and the crew chief is the third base umpire, Gary Darlin. We saw this crew a couple of series ago. And there is a 4-pitch walk. So trotting down to first base will be Espinosa. And the men behind Clayton Richard. Out in left field, Kristen Orfia, Maben in center, Venable in right. Headley and Bartlett the left side of the infield, and Hudson and Alonso on the right side of the battery tonight of Clayton Richard and the red-hot hitting Nick Hundley.
Well, before the game started, the Padres with 19 errors, now 20. They lead the National League, and the numbers on Clayton Richard, 18 plus innings of work. The opponent's 247. He needs to make an adjustment getting ahead. The walk does not help Clayton at this point. Needs a grounder here.
And again, missing 5 straight bad ones. You guys were showing in the pregame about how the angle of the arm might be a little bit off right now, and I know he works real hard with Darren Balsley, but it's not producing a lot of results, at least early. And Mark DeRosa will take a strike, and the count evens.
I'm just wondering if it's in the back of the mind of Clayton Richard, and therefore kind of having difficulty concentrating on just throwing strikes. Sometimes pitchers will get into the mode of, thinking about it mechanically, and that's when it throws them off. Just takes 1 pitch to get 2 here, though.
And there it is. Bouncing ball to short. They'll turn 1, and the return's going to be in time. Nice way to stick with it right there by Orlando Hudson. A hard slide there by Espinosa. And quickly 2 away, and they do call that the pitcher's best friend for a reason.
And that just goes to show you as a pitcher, if you make an adjustment, he works down in the zone. Bartlett fields this one cleanly in front of him. Nice feed to Orlando Hudson. And you know what, Alonso over at first base, he's made some nice picks, picking up his infielders, saving them from some errors. That was a key play by Yonder Alonso at first.
So the runner goes to third base, and now 2 away. And the batter will be Jason Worth, as we mentioned. He hit a home run the other day in their comeback on Saturday. But a huge money deal last offseason that just really hasn't paid off, at least yet. And he'll take a strike. So Clayton gets ahead with the off-speed stuff.
I'm not saying it's the case for Jason Worth, but You know, you sign a big deal like that, you feel like you should carry a team. I mean, nobody's going to work harder than Jason Worth at his craft. He wants to produce. And sometimes hitters, pitchers, they put pressure on themselves because they do sign the big deal.
You look at some guys that come from those big lineups, like he came from Philadelphia, had a lot of protection, and coming here to Washington did not have any, or didn't have much last year. Good pitch right there on the outside corner, taken for a strike.
That's a good point, Andy, because when you don't have the protection, you feel like you've got the weight on your own shoulders where you have to hit a 5-run home run.
I'd like to see that. Could use that a couple times.
Yeah.
Now Richard on the 1-2, and that's fouled out of play. So the leadoff batter Desmond, after the error, standing at third base, and Jason Worth at the plate with 2 outs. A little cloudy and 64 degrees. 15-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the west-northwest. Got the May gray coming in here. It's only April.
Yeah. Got some weird weather, some rain expected in the next couple days as well.
And the next one backs him off inside, and the count evens now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jason Worth.
It just looks like Clayton Richard kind of forcing it a little bit. You know, Buddy Black, the manager for the Padres, Darren Balsey, the pitching coach, keeping a close eye on Clayton. He's got to realize he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this little jam, leaving that runner on third base.
Ready for the 2-2. That's in the air to right. Chasing Venable back at the warning track. He'll reach up, and he makes a great catch against the Petco porch. That ball was slicing away from him a bit, but Venable able to hang on and end this inning. No score as we go to the bottom of the first. Baseball brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Wells Fargo, together we'll go far. And by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired performance. Well, Clayton Richard dances out of trouble there in the top of the first. And manager Bud Black will send Chris Denorfia to the plate here. He'll lead things off against Gio Gonzalez, followed by Will Venable. Chase Headley, the switch hitter, at third base, bats third. Nick Hundley, the cleanup man, after that 4 RBI day the other day. Cameron Maben will hit fifth. Orlando Hudson at second base, followed by Yonder Alonso, Jason Bartlett, and the pitcher, Clayton Richard. So Chris Denorfia getting the start against the tough lefty, and Jesus Guzman, who you also saw over there, has a little bit of a tooth issue, so he's out of the lineup today. And a first pitch swing, and a grounder to the short. That'll be Desmond to throw out Denorfia for out number 1. And Desmond over there on the infield for Davey Johnson's team. Let's start with the defense of the outfield. The former Padre Xavier Nady in left. Jason Worth and Mark DeRosa complete that outfield. Lombardozzi and Desmond on the left side. Espinosa and LaRoche on the right. And Gio Gonzalez and Wilson Ramos. That is the battery for the Washington Nationals.
The home plate umpire Lance Barrett has indicated to the pitchers that they can go to their mouth, blow into their hand to create a little bit of moisture. It is 64 degrees, cloudy, a little, a little cool out there. So he's giving the okay to the pitchers.
And Venable lines one too short. So Desmond been busy so far today. Ground ball out and a liner, 2 away. Chase Headley will come up.
Well, the Nationals have the best team ERA in Major League Baseball at 2.34. Opponents just hitting 202, and one of the reasons is left-hander on the mound, Gio Gonzalez. 17 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits. He's got to cut down on the walks, and he's kept the ball in the yard as well, Andy. No home runs given up this year.
And Headley will take ball 1. Chase has been a big reason why the middle of the order has been more solid, at least in the early parts of this year. And a called strike, 1-1. And it's good to see him get off to a good start.
Yes, it is. Needs some other hitters around him to get hot, and that can happen.
And Headley fights that one off and grounds out. It's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Gio Gonzalez. We played a full inning here at Petco. No score. To the top of inning number 2 here at Petco Park as we get to our Lexus keys to the game. Art.
Hey, extra, read all about it. How about the extra base hit coming into play against this series against the Nats who are in town? Remember, triples, doubles, nothing wrong with that if you're not going to hit a lot of home runs. And then over the top for Clayton Richard. Stay on top of that baseball, get some good tilt, and get some grounders.
Got a big grounder in that first inning to get himself out of some trouble there with a 6-4-3 double play, and he misses high and outside to Adam LaRoche. Lefty against lefty here. And a bouncer. That is a fair ball at first base. Nice play there by Alonso, feeding the covering. Clayton Richard, and that's the first out.
Hey, is Clayton Richard over the top? Let's check it out. His shoulders, are they tilted a little bit? Is he getting that ball up top? Little tilt there. A little bit right there, right? Now we want to watch to see that he doesn't do that. See the ball up on top. Very nice. You can get on top of that baseball, pronate in. That's where you get that little action, little sink action. Nicely done by Clayton Richard.
So here's Nady, and he'll take a strike on the outside corner.
And I want to say to the fans, when we show you that video, and I talked to Darren Balsley about this before the game.
And a hot smash to the second baseman. And Hudson will throw out Nady, and quickly 2 ground ball outs and 2 away.
It might be a matter of an inch. It might be the matter of 2 inches. It might be the matter of a centimeter. I mean, this game is a game of inches, not only with fair or foul, but with mechanics as well. And in Clayton Richards' case, it might be an inch or 2, maybe 3, to where he stays on top of the ball. In effect, he gets that grounder that he needs.
A lot of moving parts in that windup.
Yeah.
So the batter, Wilson Ramos. doing the catching here for the Nationals. And we'll take the pitch just a little bit low.
I guess down the middle doesn't count.
Apparently not. Good to know that early, though, right? Ramos with a home run and 4 driven in. And that's a strike called on the outside corner. Got the benefit right there. And we'll even this count at 1-1. Ramos set a new Nationals record last year with 14 home runs as a catcher. Speaking of a catcher, good block right there by Nick Hundley.
Well, Clayton has got to trust his catcher, Nick Hundley, right? When he gets ahead, bounce that pitch, because Nick will be one of the best at blocking, and he has shown that this year. He's done a great job.
Yeah, a swing and a miss. Now, Ramos had himself an adventurous offseason. Kidnapped for quite some time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fear for his life, and thankfully everything turned out okay. Two from Richard.
You remember Yorvik Torrealba, his son, right?
Absolutely.
Everything was taken care of, though, and back to safety.
Sure, he's happy just to get back to play baseball. And foul right there, right off the chest protector of Nick Hundley. And we'll do it again at a full count, 3-2. I love that camel stuff that Nick was wearing the other day. That was great.
Outstanding. See what happens when you make it to the big leagues and you catch in the big leagues? You get specific, custom-made, custom-order gear.
Made to order.
Well, you got your name above right there, Hundley, number 4.
They're not messing around. And there it is, strike 3 call. And Ramos out on strikes. We go to the bottom of the second. We are still scoreless at Petco.
Diego, right now the game is scoreless here in the second inning. Nick Hundley about to take the plate for the Padres, and Hundley had a tough start to the season, to say the least. He went hitless in his first 7 games, but he never let it get to him when it came to catching. In fact, Phil Plantier, his hitting coach, said, "One of the things that impressed me was how he did not let it interrupt how he handled running the pitching staff or how he was in the clubhouse. That's a display of having solid character." And that's also our Geico quote of the game. Phil Plantier talking about his catcher, Nick Hundley. Guys, back to you.
All right, Layla, thank you. And Hundley will come in and take strike 1 from Gonzalez. And it's been fun to watch the maturation of Nick Hundley from a green kid that came up from AAA, made his debut in Arizona a couple of years ago, to what he is now. Just missed an extra base hit down that left field line, 0-2.
The thing that impresses me about Nick, and we've seen him since his first days as a big leaguer, he's been the same ever since. He's never big leagued anybody. He's got the great attitude. When he is not swinging the bat well and not getting results, he's not going to make excuses. He works harder every day he's out there. Plus, he's got to strap on the gear and call balls or call pitches for his staff. He's got the right makeup to be a big league catcher.
Fouls that one out of play. And the thing that you find with some different players around Major League Baseball, and you see how hot he's been over the last 7 games with those 10 hits and 8 runs batted in. But you see guys that can't separate the two, offense and defense. We'll watch that one outside.
It was only a matter of time before Nick started swinging the bat well and getting results.
Now, you mentioned not using excuses. I tried to give him an excuse on the field the other day, and he wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I'm curious what he got as far as fan mail. People make, in this day and age of social media, Twitter, Facebook, even snail mail. I'm sure that he has gotten suggestions from fans. Start eating garlic or whatever. Start eating Carl's Jr.'s Southwest burgers or whatever.
That's when they tell you not to look up at the scoreboard. Period. Just look at the pitcher. And he's looking out at a 1-2 count now, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was filthy.
Good fastball. Gonzalez can throw it up to 95. He throws that curveball and a changeup. And we talk about he's got serious whip action with that delivery and that arm of his.
So strikeout number 1 on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and Gonzalez now working on 15 1/3 of scoreless baseball innings in a row. That is. And he's a happy guy with a new contract after the trade from the Oakland A's. And here is Cameron Maybin. Swing and miss at that one.
See Gonzalez kind of talking to himself out there on the mound?
A little bit.
Everybody's got their own little...
He is left-handed,
That's true.
Tells you pretty much all you need to know. Here's the 0-1. And they even count now 1-1.
We talked to, there's Steven Strasburg, the big strapping right-hander. Talked to some Washington people before the game regarding Gio Gonzalez. He signed that 5-year extension. And because of the extension...
Even fouls that one out of play.
It depends on the player, but according to Gonzalez, it's taken off all the pressure. And the way it was phrased is that Gio Gonzalez is now in the mindset as if he's pitching American Legion ball. Because he's not like, I'm going to get sent down if I have a bad start.
Foul there by Maybin.
He's having fun. Sure, he means all business, but when you have that security like he does now, he's just being a kid again, going back to the days of his youth. And he's only 26 years old, but
don't have to go very far.
Look at that breaking ball. My goodness. Sharp break on the curveball.
We used to be with the White Sox, and we think that he and Clayton Richard were actually teammates for a little bit in the minors in 05 with the White Sox. So they may be more familiar with each other than we even know. It's now a full count. Maybin a good job to work this count. Another guy that needs to get going here, Cameron Maybin. Trust me, he knows it. Look, that one foul again.
Talk about great location with the fastball in 95, down and away.
And yeah, Gonzalez having a nice conversation with himself. Those are the best kind. Usually you get the best answers.
Mark Fitterich, remember him?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybin coaxed the walk. Nice plate appearance there. First walk here by Gonzalez. And the Padres' first base runner tonight ahead of Orlando Hudson.
Davey Johnson just doesn't look right with the goggles on, huh? The Oakley goggles. I mean, he's hip.
Yeah.
Davey's hip. Great manager.
And you wonder, too, I mean, as old as he is now, dealing with today's type of player, how he's getting that message across and how he's had to change his own mindset. And a bouncer foul, first base side.
Well, Mark Sweeney made note of it in the pregame show about how Davey Johnson is a manager doesn't say much. I mean, he'll say something when needed. But, he's in there, working out with the guys, rubbing shoulders with them. And they like him. They love to play for him.
And a swing and a foul right off the mask of Ramos. And quickly Hudson down, no balls and 2 strikes. I mean, he's not the same guy he was with the Mets in '86. He can't be. It's a different game.
Different group of guys, too.
And that's very true. That was a veteran crazy bunch.
Yes, it was.
Some of the things we can actually talk about on the air. That one high. It's Cameron Maben, always a threat to run. Love the way he's decided to wear those socks right up to the knees. Makes you look faster. He's fast enough.
I think it's more comfortable too from a comfort standpoint.
And that one's outside. So it's even 2-2. The last two batters have really worked this count very nicely. So Hudson, the switch hitter, now from the right side here against Gonzalez. And he pops one up. That'll be a play for the second baseman, Espinosa. And that is out number 2.
Gio Gonzalez will bury the fastball to the right-handed hitters on the inside part of the plate. He will throw the breaking ball. Look at where this pitch is, and look at Hudson. He cannot get his hands through. He gets underneath it, pops it up on the infield. That is a tough pitch to really inside out and try to bust through that hole on the right side with one out. Seems like Gio Gonzalez is making good pitches. Great location with that fastball of his.
So here's Alonso down in the order today, batting in the number 7 spot in Buddy Black's order.
Oh, you hate those.
Those are ones you just let get away.
Yeah, it's a ball, and you can't get the bat out of the way. Now you find yourself in hole 0-1.
So I'm sure with a lefty on the mound, the reason for Alonso being moved down a little bit here. Not the good move there by Gonzalez. That's the move to let them know that you know that he knows that he's thinking about you.
Yeah. I think if he's going to be going over there at first base, it's going to be on the first move, that kick leg from Gonzalez, going from the third base side of the rubber. Slide step, bad hack.
Couldn't check. It's a strike, 0-2. We've seen Alonso just miss a couple of times, specifically at Dodger Stadium. First time the Padres were on the road, missed a home run to left and got a good swing on the ball to right center. Now down 0-2. Done a good job to hold up right there. So Maben's at first after the 1-out walk. First Padre base runner in a scoreless game.
Well, they're a strikeout staff, as I mentioned in the pregame show, the National starters. Before this game, the starters, 91 strikeouts in 98 2/3 innings pitched. That's pretty impressive.
And a good job to hold off. Time now for the Sequan Casino Daycation stat of our game. As you see, Gio Gonzalez doing just that, striking out batters for the A's.
Almost a strikeout per frame. That's impressive, and you can see why. And the Friar getting a little love up there in the stands.
Just got a piece to stay
I'll tell
alive.
you what, if you've got a ticket and you're sitting back of the Friar at a game, that's an obstructed view, isn't it?
Down in front.
That's a big cranium right there.
Friar's always smiling, though. Never has a bad day.
Well,
The same can't be said for Wilson Ramos right now.
No.
That foul tip got a whole bunch of them.
Even though you wear all that protective gear, that baseball will find a spot that isn't protected well.
And it takes a special breed to get back behind the plate, put those, as they used to call them, the tools of ignorance on every day. Squat down behind home plate. Now you got guys throwing 98.
Ooh, the inside of the right calf, right below the knee. You could see his leg was kind of, in his squat position. That inside part of the right calf, just below the knee, was exposed.
For movement purposes, you really can't have that protector go all the way around the leg. And you're right. They're gonna find some spots, but it looks like he's all right and can stay in the game. Catchers are a tough breed.
Tell you what, that equipment there, that's right out of Transformers, isn't it? He's going to turn into the Empire State Building in a minute.
Now that would be impressive.
Or the Washington Monument, I should say, since the Nationals are in town.
Okay. Lincoln Memorial, So a little delay there while Ramos collects himself, and he's ready to go. And so is Gio Gonzalez on this 2-2 pitch. And instead of throw over. I'm sure that little foul ball did not feel good. A little cool out there, as we pointed out. 64 here at game time.
I'm guessing something off speed or something out of the zone. Alonso has thrown, or swung rather, at 2 pitches out of the zone. Here comes a curveball.
Not swinging. And it's full. And that means Maben will be off on this pitch.
Well, they get the count, the pitch count up. 25 pitches this inning. Boy, if you can get a pitcher up around 18 an inning, chances are you're going to score. Extra base hit here. Maybe it'll score easily.
And fouled out of play. Alonso's got that great swing the other way.
You see the positioning of the outfield?
Absolutely. And they read the same reports that we get, and the fact that we've seen Alonso play a lot.
Yeah, look at X90 right there, playing to go the other way. And you look at Worth in center field on the shortstop side of second base.
And there goes Maben again, and that one is low and outside. So first and second.
Hey, Padre fans, start your Cinco de Mayo weekend with your Padres Friday, May 4th. Yeah, strike up the band. Get to the park early, enjoy $5 brewskis, $5 cervezas, $5 margaritas or cocktails, $5 carnitas tacos. Live music at a Cinco de Mayo party presented by Verizon Wireless. Party starts at Cinco. First pitch versus the Marlins is at 7:05. Be sure to buy your tickets early and save at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Get ready to party. Fiesta.
Love that music. And Bartlett swinging first ball. We're grounded to short. They'll go the short way. And the Padres are done here in the second inning. Couple of walks. Can't score. Scoreless to the third. Out and see a scoreless game. Clayton Richard working to the lower part of the order here in the top of the third. Steve Lombardozzi, and that name may sound familiar. His dad, part of the Minnesota Twins and their improbable run to the World Series back in '87. And he started off a house of fire. 444 on the early going. He takes strike one.
He's going the old Terry Pendleton, Otis Nixon, Orlando Hudson double ear flap helmet.
Tapped at home plate. And Richard had no balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, it takes the thinking out of it, right?
Yeah, you don't have to can't grab the wrong one.
Willie McGee.
Oh, yeah, good call. That would always look huge on me, though. I just a double flap. And a swing and a miss. Quick work there of Lombardozzi, and let's head down to the field and check in with Layla.
Thanks, Andy. And just an update on Tim Stauffer. Speaking of Padres arms, Stauffer had a simulated game today in practice. He's doing well, says his manager Buddy Black and the team. And so well, in fact, that Stauffer is expected to pitch at Lake Elsinore in a rehab assignment on Sunday. Good news as far as the arms of the Padres are concerned. Stauffer just trying to get back to his pre-spring training form as he has a tricep injury he's nursing. Additionally, an extension issue was the problem with Stauffer as far as that was concerned, and it was part of that injury. That's what Black said, and he said that his arm has looked better than it did even before he went on the DL in the spring. So good news there as far as the pitching ranks are concerned. Guys, back to you.
All right, Layla, thank you. And Gio Gonzalez will roll the first one past the mound. Not really busting it down the line, and Hudson able to throw him out for out number 2.
Yeah, Layla gave a good point on the simulated game that Tim Stauffer threw, and I was going to make the point when I saw the video. It looked like Timmy was getting extended, and she made that point. And that was a big key, and we noticed it in spring training, Andy, that he was not getting through his pitches. The pitches were flat, and that is very, very important for any pitcher. So when you get out there, out in front, get extended, you get good life on your pitches, good action, and that's a good sign for Tim Stauffer.
Well, that man right there knew something was a little wrong and a little miss with Tim in spring training. Be good to get him back sooner rather than later. As a lead batter, Ian Desmond will take a strike from Clayton Richard, who has settled down since an error and a walk. The first 2 batters, he got that big double play. And a liner foul opposite way. And the count is 0-2.
And one of the things we talked about, Tim Stauffer, Darren Ballsy, and Buddy Black were saying, getting the curveball away from his head to get extended. Sometimes pitchers, if they're hurt, they get close to their head like this and don't want to get extended. That's what he means, out here. Get out here, there. Get extended. Good rotation. Great pitch.
Good rotation right there. You're channeling it down there to Clayton Richard. 1, 2, 3, go the Nationals at the bottom of the third, still scoreless. On a Padre game here against the Miami Marlins. It'll be Saturday, May 5th, 5:35. First 25,000 fans will take home a very cool Swing and Fire t-shirt presented by Cox. Make sure you get those tickets early and save for this or any Padres game. Padres.com or 619-795-5555. He's not giving that back.
This is really a quality item, folks. I mean, this isn't one of those cheapy t-shirts. This has got some life to it, you know.
It does. It's
some
very
thickness to it.
Well constructed.
I'm hoping, and it's got the ST logo on the back, which we all know and love. Right there.
It's good stuff.
And I'm just hoping, this says XL. I'm hoping there's like quad X, so I can have one.
1-1 here on Clayton Richard. And he'll take a fastball for a strike right there. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Make sure you give that back. You know, it's advanced copy. They're trusting us with that.
This is the prototype?
It is the prototype. And Richard takes the breaking ball. First strike. Strike 3 call. Second strikeout for Gonzalez. And with one away, we'll head back to the top of the order for Chris Denorfia.
Padres could not take advantage of the 2 walks in the second inning by Gonzalez. So second time around right now. Denorfia offered early. His first at bat, grounded out to short.
And Denorfia still growing that nice beard. The beard has taken on a life of its own. And he'll take a strike right there.
Mark Sweeney down by the dugout doing a fine job. Looks like Gio Gonzalez has got some electric stuff.
Yeah, he does. He has that late movement, especially that last one. You can see that late movement in the strike zone.
He's got that whippy arm action, and that really helps when it comes to especially a fastball that makes him run on it.
Yeah, Mark, coupled with that, just that release point, closes his body up.
And that will sneak through for a base hit.
Suit.
So Denorfia has the first hit of the game for the Padres.
Nice leg kick, kind of showing his backside, showing his name and number, hiding that baseball. Smooth out of the glove. Coming right from that curly W on his hat. And Denorfia doing a fine job of going right up the middle. Remember the first at bat, 6-3. And everybody loves the ground ball to the center fielder.
Most exciting play in baseball, right?
Love that.
So here's Venable, and he'll take a strike. Mark Sweeney downstairs, and Mark, good to see that Will Venable getting some cracks against the lefties too.
Yeah, I like it. I think definitely what happened and how he earned that is to start against Clayton Kershaw up in L.A. Had some solid at-bats against him.
And he'll check on that one, and the count evens at 1-1.
Andy, I love the fact that he can have those matchups because lefty on lefty, you try to keep it simple, let the ball travel, and use the big part of the field. Sometimes lefty on lefty will set you where you feel more comfortable against lefties rather than righties.
Kind of keeps you thinking about the other side of the field, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes back to what Phil Plantier, the hitting coach for the Padres, went over with Venable, is keeping it simple and keeping an understanding where you want a short swing, let the ball travel, and use the big part of the field.
And a broken bat, little grounder to third. They get one at second, but not in time at first as Venable hustles down the line and beats out the throw. So 2 away and a runner at first base in this scoreless game. So here's Chase Headley.
I'll tell you what, that last pitch, that's lefty on lefty. And Mark Sweeney, you talk about getting in Will Venable's kitchen. Not too many lefties. They'll go away fastball, away breaking ball. Gio Gonzalez has shown some confidence coming into the righties and the lefties alike. Man.
And a quick throw over as Will Venable is looking for his third bat of the night. He's already broken 2 of them here against Gonzalez.
Mark, to your point, when you look away and you let the ball travel, sometimes when they feel comfortable throwing in, you can get jammed on that. That's exactly what happened to Will Venable on that pitch.
Ooh. Wide strike there on Chase Headley. Chase got off to that torrid start. Still hitting the ball well. He's hitting the last 5. Back out of the way of that one and leaving the count. It's always interesting talking to switch hitters, how much time they actually spend on each side getting ready for a game. And Chase said that when Buddy Black throws batting practice getting ready for a left-hander, he'll take more swings right-handed than he will left. But you never know who you're going to face. Starting pitcher may not last that long.
That's right.
2-1 now on Headley. Buddy Black still loves to get out there, and as you guys have seen, get into that bullpen and warm up a little bit, then get out into that field of play and throw some batting practice, helping out the ball club. There's a strike right at the knees, 2-2.
Looks like the changeup from Gonzalez. And down and in as well. Didn't have that big looping break like the curveball, so Finally see the changeup at 84 from Gonzalez. Fastball in. He's going to try to get in his kitchen right here.
And a pop-up. Heading over to foul territory. Long run now for Espinosa and LaRoche. They kind of collide, and it's LaRoche that came out of there with the baseball. And we go now to the top of the fourth, and still scoreless here in San Diego. As you look in from the park at the park, and as you look at Cameron Maben, as these Padres have just been tripling other teams to death over the last few games. Triple in the last 4 games, one off time at team high. And our AT trivia question tonight: name the player who tied Tony Gwynn's club record for triples in a season with 13 back in 2006. We'll answer that for you a little bit later on. We'll get your thinking cap on. 2006.
Wow. 2006 seems like yesterday.
It does, doesn't it?
My goodness.
So here is Espinosa. And has worked to count to 2 balls and no strikes. By the way, Espinosa is the guy that actually did hang on to that last ball. It looked as though LaRoche might have gotten it, but Espinosa had it near the stands. So if you're keeping track and you're keeping score, it's hop out to the second baseman. And a foul to the screen, 2-1.
Now, how do you score that in your book? Because I know people have different ways of.
Yeah, I go F4.
Okay.
I go F4. I know it's a foul ball and second baseman.
See, I go 4F. Caught by the second baseman in foul territory.
Yeah, you look at 2 scorebooks and you'll never see the same markings twice.
That's the beauty of the game.
Love
right?
it. Everybody's got their own style. That one fouled out of play. But heading into that last inning, in the 3rd inning, Richard threw 10 straight strikes. I mean, we're not touching Bartolo Colon territory here from the other day, but it's a good start. Seems to be settling in nicely after a little bit of a rocky start, but still has not given up a run. And he'll do some exercise, jump out of the way of that one. It's full, 3-2. This is where he thrives.
Yeah, you can see when Clayton was working from the windup, bases empty, opponent's only hitting 116, the slugging percentage way down. And then runners on, my goodness.
And a pop-up. Infield. Foul territory. There's Alonso, and that's out number 1.
You know, we look at those numbers, and I would like to ask Mark Sweeney, being a hitter, when you see those types of numbers, Mark Sweeney, what do you think?
Well, it's just comfort. That's what I think. And when you see Clayton Richard in the windup, that's where they feel comfortable. You can always notice that when guys are going to the windup when there's runners on third base.
And look at that, runners on, 433. Slugging percentage, .967. And Mark, when I look at that, it might be a tendency of Clayton Richard maybe kind of rushing a little bit with runners on base, getting to a better position when he's in the windup. We talked about that in the pregame show. Maybe rushing it a little bit. And when you rush your pitches, you rush your mechanics, you work underneath, pitches have a tendency to flatten out a little bit. Could be one of the reasons. I'm not saying it's the reason, but
it's a good theory. Swinging a foul tip held, 2-1. And Mark Sweeney also, I mean, with Richard, we talk a lot about his pacing in the game, and he does work rapidly. Can you work too rapidly sometimes?
Yeah, Andy, I think
that's fouled out of play.
They always have to watch that. The pace of it works to his advantage when he's throwing strikes. And you can see that here. The fielders are ready. They understand, and it's a lot easier to play defense behind them. But when he struggles mechanically, that's when he slows down.
Nice pitch on the inside corner. And strike 3 call to Mark DeRosa. 2 away. That's 4 strikeouts now for Clayton Richard.
Command of the fastball into the righty. No chance. Locks him up nicely. I don't know what DeRosa was complaining about, because that ball right on the inside corner.
And here's Jason Worth, retired on a great play by Will Venable near that Petco porch in right field. That ended the trouble in the first, and he'll take a strike. May not be counting on him for many home runs this year, Worth, just because of the fact that it seemed as though, as we were talking about before, that he was pressing so much that just let the guy hit and see if that turns into home runs. Richard falls behind, 2-1.
Worth at his first homer of the season on Saturday. Now batting .322. But the power numbers, he'd like to see more power, right?
Absolutely.
Because last year, through 16 games, he was only hitting .206. Remember, he started off very slowly.
He wound up the year hitting just .232. And heard the Boo Birds there in our nation's capital. A little bit of a different ballpark to hit in at Citizens Bank. 3-1 pitch. And that's out of play. It's full, 3-2. Worth had Ryan Howard and Chase Utley protecting him in Philadelphia. And a young lineup here with the Nationals. He gets a hold of that one, though, into the gap in right center. Long run for both Venable and Maben. It's Venable crossing in front to make the catch. And the inning has come to an end. 1-2-3 go the Nationals at the bottom of the fourth. We're still scoreless.
It's his fourth inning of work, and Gio Gonzalez is really doing a fine job tonight of locating his fastball. He has struck out 2, but he's getting to the kitchen of the right-handed hitters, Nick Hundley. And look at this pitch. Ties up Orlando Hudson, keeps him in the infield. And Mark Sweeney, one of the scouting reports we looked at was Gonzalez very comfortable throwing that fastball in and out to righties and lefties alike, and he's making great pitches this evening.
Well, he likes to come in late, Mark, and you can see from those video, he understands he gets ahead early, he likes to throw the fastball away, and then come in late, and he's been showing good command of that fastball.
And you know that Nick Hundley has got to be aware of that, because we just came back from break and seen that pitch inside to Nick Hundley. Be anxious to see how this at-bat goes.
And he's worked himself ahead. 2 balls and no strikes against Gonzalez.
Ooh, that was the pitch there that Nick could have drove the other way. 2-0, fastball count, up and away. And we've seen Nick drive the ball to right center field. Look at that pitch there. Ooh, belt buckle high.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some power to the right center from Nick Hundley in his young career. 2-1 now. And a bit low. 3-1. Well, we mentioned fun to watch Nick just kind of grow into himself here and then just be more confident. And fouls that to the screen. 3-2. And Mark Sweeney, you can tell that too when a guy starts to feel not only that he belongs, but that he's a veteran on this team and he's a leader.
Yeah, Andy, you can see it in the body language. Nick Hundley has an understanding. He has both sides, both catching and offensively. He's back in a groove, and I like him in the 4-hole when he has confidence.
And swings and fouls one to stay alive here, still full. I mean, it's a tough enough job to put down the fingers every day and keep everybody straight and find out what everybody pitches and what everybody throws.
And you know what another trap catchers will fall into?
As he skies that one to the shallow right. 3 converge, 1 will call and catch. That's the first baseman LaRoche for out number 1.
A lot of times catchers will fall into the trap. If they're having trouble hitting a certain pitch, they'll call that pitch a lot for their pitchers because they can't hit it or they're struggling with it.
It's like, hey, you try to hit it. I can't. Really kind of looking back out at the field as he walks back into that first base dugout. And Maben, who walked his first time, will come to the plate. Pitchers have dominated. Each have gotten out of a little bit of trouble. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Ball bearing in on Maben. He holds and takes that for a ball.
You know, I don't want to jinx anything.
Yeah.
But
I know what you're gonna. I know what you're thinking.
But with the way Gonzalez works and Clayton Richard, we've got ourselves a Randy Jones, Jimmy Cott type ball game going on here. What was it, like an hour 38 minutes or something? Those two when they hooked up at Jack Murphy Stadium back in the day. Jim Cott, Randy Jones.
That's me, by the way, knocking on wood here in the background.
Is that what that sound is? These two pitchers work very quickly.
Both look like they have a good plan out there tonight. That's half the battle. And taking all the way there on 3-0. Now 3-1 on Cameron Maben. Well, you point out, though, that guy's working quickly. The defense plays behind you.
Sure. Oh, nice changeup from Gonzalez. 3-1 changeup. Are you kidding me? That's confidence there. Fastball count. Cameron Maben out of the hand. And see where the changeup is? It's right down the middle of the plate, right? So that hitter can't lay off that pitch.
And he got jammed as well. And pops it up foul territory at first base again. LaRoche, a busy guy tonight, makes the put out. And that's 2 outs. Time now for the Farmers Insurance Report Card. And we talked about the triples. This is the triples ballpark. They have hit a triple in 4 straight games. They could tie that 5 straight record 3 times. Last done in the 2007 season, end of April, beginning of May, right around this time of the year. And a big swing and a miss there by the O-Dog. So a couple of pop outs to the first baseman LaRoche. And the bases are empty. Good swing there, but a foul to the screen. And Hudson has kind of raised that batting average kind of quietly amongst some of the guys here in this lineup. Remember, not too long ago he was hitting under 100. Now he's at 189. Take that one inside, 1-2. But you want to kind of not notice those things, and all of a sudden guys are getting it done.
Well, he was my pick to stick before the game, hitting 286 going to this game from the right side.
And swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Padres have gone in order. We've played 4. Still nothing up there on the board but goose eggs here in San Diego. As far as offense, it's been all the pitchers. Gio Gonzalez, Clayton Richard, both have been in control. Richard has set down 4 on strikes, and Gonzalez has set down 3 Padres on strikes. So it's been a pitcher's duel here so far, and hope it continues here, at least on this end of it, as we go to the top of the 5th with Adam LaRoche leading off.
Well, the one thing that sticks out for me, Clayton Richard, only 1 walk issued, 4 strikeouts. He is around the plate. Seems like he has made an adjustment mechanically. Keep it going.
So Roach grounded out his first time and way out in front of that one. It's 1-1.
There's a very nice changeup or a backup slider of some sort.
Clayton Richard always wants to just deliver that ball, and he delivers it just a bit low. It's 2-1. Richard seems kind of fidgety up there when a batter steps out and he doesn't get the chance to just rear back and fire. And he misses high, 3-1.
I mean, interesting to see, if these Washington National hitters call timeout, right? Kind of disrupt his rhythm a little bit.
Got in on him nicely there, and a swing and a foul. Full count, 3-2. Roach, Nady, and Ramos. They are the scheduled 3 here against Clayton Richard in the 5th inning.
Hey, Rick Eckstein.
Rick Eckstein.
We saw his brother David.
Line shot into the gap in left, and it's going to fall in and past a diving Denorfia all the way to the wall. Roach will pull up at second with a double. And that right there, the first hit of the game for the Washington Nationals.
Well, this ball is hit pretty sharply. LaRoche going the other way. And Chris Denorfia, I don't know whether he took a bad route at first, whatever. It looks like he kind of broke in. Maybe he was fooled by the ball off the bat, but doing his darndest to try to keep it to a hard single, and that's a shocker. Chris Denorfia with a dirty uniform. He loves to get dirty. He loves to dive. Love the way he plays in the outfield. Trying to pick up his pitcher after possibly taking a bad route with the ball off the bat.
On double number 4 for LaRoche. Second national to get as far as second base here tonight. And a big swing and a miss there by Nady. Back in the first after the error. And then the double play, Desmond got as far as third.
Hey, up into 2 strikes, right? Nady trying to drive that run in. That's just the natural thing to do. In the worst case scenario, you get in the hole and then try to punch that ball to the right side with nobody out to advance that runner.
Little tapper foul.
Yeah, he's been struggling. He was out taking early batting practice today, trying to get things right.
Nady was actually looking for a contract this offseason, and I was doing some USD basketball games in the offseason. He was working out at Cunningham Field, taking batting practice, trying to stay sharp and work out for a team. And he found himself here with the Nationals.
Well, now 0-2. Clayton Richard can expand that strike zone, maybe bounce a breaking ball down and in.
And they go right back to the fastball inside. Did miss by a whole bunch. Little moaning and groaning in the crowd now. 1-2. And the next one is low, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See how he tried to double up inside there? And I think he would have had X-80 if that pitch would have been a strike, because the body language told me that he was maybe guessing something off speed, but he misses and the count evens at 2-2.
So LaRoche you see there at second. And nobody out here in this 5th inning. It's a scoreless game. And a ground ball to the right side. He'll do his job and get his man to third base as Hudson will throw out X-80. And now with 1 away, that runner stands at third base.
It was a changeup, and Nady off the end of bat looks like and punches it to the right side, and with that runner at third base, Bud Black will bring the infield in to the cut of the grass, trying to cut down that run.
And Mark Sweeney downstairs for us here today, and I know it happened for a Washington National player, but it's always good to see good fundamental ball, especially in that situation.
Yeah, anytime you can get fundamentals and move that runner over, especially in this game, nice job by Nady right there.
And a bouncing ball to the drawn in infield as Hudson will look the runner back and flip on to first in time. So frozen over there at third base is LaRoche. 2 outs.
I tell you, when Orlando faked his throw, my head was going to third base.
I swiveled there too.
right about there, I went. I looked to third base. I tell you what, he faked me out. Nice pitch, nice play by Orlando Hudson.
So 2 away, and with the pitcher spot due up after Lombardozzi, they're not going to mess around with Lombardozzi at all. First base open. They'll put runners on now at first and third on the intentional pass. And it'll bring up Gonzalez, who only has 1 hit.
You know, the one thing Clayton Richard, we're seeing it right here. I think he's throwing a little bit more firm on the intentional pass, whereas in the past he's kind of lobbed it up there. Better control from Clayton Richard when he has a little fuzz on it, rather than just kind of tossing it up there.
Love that fuzz.
Yeah.
Buzzword of manager Bud Black. Likes to talk about pitchers with good stuff and good fuzz.
There you go. And my feeling's always been this, Andy. If you're going to intentionally pass a hitter, use your same delivery, same arm slot. You don't have to throw 91, 92, but be firm. Get on top. Get through your pitch as if you were throwing a regular pitch. So when you get back to regular pitching, you're in the same type of mode mechanically. Because there are guys who just go, half a leg and then they actually lob the ball up there. I don't think that does you any good.
68 pitches you saw a moment ago there for Clayton Richard here in the 5th. 2 out, runners on at first and third for the Nationals, and now Richard has to go against the opposing pitcher, Gio Gonzalez.
Strike 1 is so key right here.
A little lob throw over. You brought up that intentional walk thing too. It used to drive me crazy when a manager would come out and pull a pitcher, then bring the next guy in, and the first thing he would do was intentionally walk again.
Yep. I never understood that one either.
And that missed outside. 1-0 the count. Nowadays you see a lot of guys will know they're going to take a guy out, and they'll make him do the intentional walk and then bring in a fresh guy, so you don't have to worry about mechanics being off as you're talking about. There's a fly ball into short left, charging in now Denorfia. He'll make that running catch around hit high. And Denorfia puts the glove around it, and the inning has come to an end. First and third is where they strand it. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless. there. The light shining on that statue of Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn out there in right center field as we answer our AT&T trivia question. The only player, or name the player that is, who tied Tony Gwynn's club record for triples in a season of 13. There he is, the good doctor, Dave Roberts.
And it doesn't surprise me, and I should have known that, but I'll be honest with you, I did not know that. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning, so.
It's okay. It happens.
Hey, Dave Roberts, you stick a shillelagh in his hands, he could probably still be good for a triple.
He's in great shape.
Yes, he is.
These coaches, I tell you what, they work a lot. There's a lot that goes on here before the fans are in the ballpark. Early BP and working with the outfielders, working with the infielders, and Doc, of course, working with the base runners as well on this windy evening here at Petco Park as Yonder Alonso will lead off here against Gio Gonzalez and foul the first pitch away. So no official at bat for Alonso on the walk in the second inning.
When blowing from left to right.
And he lays off on the pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-1.
You know, the line drive is not going to really affect the ball for bat because with the seating bowl here, it'll knock it down. You've got the high scoreboard in left. You've got the Western Metal Supply Company building.
And Alonso bounces it to first. Nice little backhand pick there by LaRoche on the bag in time. One away. And that'll bring up Jason Bartlett. Now, oftentimes, you see those flags blowing the way they are up above the stadium, and it's the complete opposite on the field. Well, Mark Sweeney is down there. Is that the way it's going down there?
Yeah, you know what? You don't really feel it down here. Just like Mark Grant said, you don't understanding that it swirls around here most of the time. That's why it hangs up in the outfield. You never look at the flags because you never know it's going to help or hurt.
Nothing like that wind, though, off that freshly shaved dome, though, Mark, right?
Oh, it feels great.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And the pitch to Bartlett popped up on the first one. Again, three Nationals will converge. It'll be the center fielder worth calling and catching. And quickly, two retired for the Padres here in the fifth in this scoreless game. Clayton Richard, chance to prolong this inning. And Sunday, May 6th, Padres are going to take on the Miami Marlins. A 1:05 first pitch. Get to the ballpark early. You can enjoy a special pregame ceremony as part of Military Spouse Appreciation Day presented by Tri-West. Don't wait. Get those tickets right now. Padres.com or 619-795-5555. We'll see you at the ballpark. Richard, of course, a good athlete. He can swing the bat a little bit. And he's behind quickly, 0-2. Looking for that elusive first hit of this year, though. 0 for 7 to start things off. And make that 0 for 8. And a swing and a miss. And that's strike three. Again, the Padres go in order. Second straight inning. And we've played 5. We go to the top of the 6th. We are still scoreless here at Petco Park.
and we play with a lot of heart. And so I think we're still in the process of finding our identity. Obviously, we have a lot of guys in the rotation in the bullpen that can pitch really well and have, throw hard, have great off speed, and we can come up with some clutch hits. So I think we're learning how to adapt and persevere, and through tough times figure out a way to win.
And that identity from Steven Strasburg kind of reminds a lot of the 2010 San Diego Padres, the way that they won a lot of baseball games with great pitching and great defense.
Absolutely.
And Ian Desmond will swing at the first. Clayton Richard offering here in the 6th inning and come up empty. 0-1 in this scoreless game here in the 6th inning.
Everybody always talks about pitching and defense, right? Wins you ball games.
Yeah.
Look at the '88 Dodgers. They won the World Series, the whole shooting match, the whole ball of wax. What was their team batting average? Like 238?
Yeah. I mean, there have been teams that have made the playoffs with negative run differentials. The Arizona Diamondbacks a couple of years ago got to the playoffs with giving up more runs than they scored and still managed to make some waves in the playoffs. 1-2 is the count. And now it's even, 2-2. But they do have some nice young players, including this guy right here at the plate, Ian Desmond. And just fouled the third base line. And when you look at these standings in the National League East, you think that they're flipped the wrong way.
You're right.
But the Nationals up there by 2.5 games. And the Phillies, as we saw here, struggling at 7-10. Swing and a miss. Desmond down on strikes. That right there is strikeout number 5 for Clayton Richard.
Working down, missing down. If you are going to miss, when you're ahead, pound it down to the. Even though with you miss with location, he wanted that one down and away, and it ended up down and in. You cannot get hurt. Big first out for Clayton Richard.
And keeping the bases empty, as we have seen, is exactly the way that Clayton Richard likes it. I'm sure most pitchers enjoy that as well.
Absolutely. And the numbers prove it, right? Going from the windup.
And a big cut and a miss there by Espinosa.
Nice curveball.
That's about the only beard in the ballpark right now that could rival Kristen Orpheus.
That's sweet.
When do you think he started growing that?
That's awesome. Probably 1968.
Right back up the middle. Nice little play there by Clayton Richard. He'll underhand at this time on to first base in time. Good reactions right there by Clayton Richard, and 2 away.
Hey, maybe the Blackhawks should look after Clayton Richard and sign him to a contract, put him between the pipes. Saving that one from going through the 5-hole. Glove save and a beauty.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Poor Blackhawks.
Can't believe that the Coyotes beat the Blackhawks.
Well, there's one happy guy on the truck. Producer Jason Lewis is laughing in our ears right now.
Yeah, whatever.
That one's low, and it's 2-0. The LA Kings made the next round, second round of playoffs.
Hey, he's got the great last name, right? Richard.
Yeah. Old Maurice Rocket Richard. Got a good goalie's number there, too, 33.
Yeah. He's got the physique to be a goalie.
He does. He certainly got the work ethic, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And taking ball 4.
I think he may have gotten squeezed there, 3-0. But very inconsistent, that sequence of pitches. So Lance Barrett, the home plate umpire, probably wasn't going to give him that, and he didn't give him that 3-0 pitch.
So that's the third walk. One of those was intentional to go along with 5 strikeouts, and has given up just 1 hit as Clayton Richard. And now Jason Worth, the cleanup hitter. Fly to right a couple of times. Some nice plays by Will Venable out there in right.
You see if he consistently keeps the ball away from Worth. Give him right center field. And you don't. Oh, they call the balk. Why? Because it's a great move?
Apparently. Buddy Black stepping up on that first 2 steps of the dugout, wanting to know that what the call is, because Clayton does have a great move.
Like I said, I've said this many times, because it's a great move. Okay, he doesn't break the plane, leg up. Why? Nobody's going to go have a chat. I don't see that being a balk. You know what else amazes me is that the first base umpire, who's got the best look at it, Paul Emmel, didn't motion anything, didn't call the balk. It was the home plate umpire.
And you think it's harder to tell from that angle when you got the batter and the catcher.
Yeah, and Buddy might be waiting till Lance Barrett goes out to break this meeting up and maybe give him an earful about why he thought that was maybe a balk. I think Buddy's going to get into the ear of Barrett right here.
I think Barrett knows it.
Oh, I love that. Look at the left-hander just trailing him right there. And he's gone. Time and time again, we see Clayton Richard make a great move, and he gets penalized for it. And you know what? Once again, I revert back to the home plate umpire making the call, and it really makes no sense to me because it didn't look like Clayton broke the plane, and a home plate umpire cannot get the great angle on that kick leg breaking the plane of the rubber. That's the first base umpire's job.
So Buddy Black will leave to a nice round of applause as he will turn the reins over to bench coach Rick Renteria. Fans still riding home plate umpire Lance Barrett as Buddy Black ejected for the second time this year. And it's a big call because it gets a runner in second in the scoring position.
Home plate umpire makes the call, right? First base umpire, since Barrett called time, then Emmel calls time. And I watched till after the play, and Barrett, the home plate umpire, pointed to his leg. Now, what he meant by that, I don't know. But I don't think he stepped. I don't think he broke the 45-degree angle. I don't think he broke the plane of the rubber with his kick foot. I just hate to see a pitcher get penalized for having a great move.
And now they're going to walk Worth intentionally.
See, here's the plane, right? And it's kind of tough to tell from that angle. And there's the 45-degree angle that he does not break. And once again, first base umpire doesn't call anything. And he's got the best angle.
Yeah, it's tough to watch when the guy that should be making the call isn't making the call. So Lance Barrett will likely hear it from this crowd the rest of the night, as we have seen over the years that home plate umpire makes a bad call. Fans don't forget.
And you know what the best thing that can happen here is Clayton Richard buckle down, right? He's got 2 outs, make a good pitch here to LaRoche, and get out of this little jam.
So they go with a lefty-on-lefty matchup here by walking Worth with first base open. So it's first and second with 2 outs. Still scoreless. And a good strike on the inside corner. Clayton still dealing 92 miles an hour on that one. As he gets up toward 90 pitches, he's at 87 right now.
Good job by Clayton, also double looking at second base of that runner. Sometimes pitchers will fall into the trap where they one look at second base and then fire plateward. Well, runners can detect that and they'll time it and they'll take the extra 90 feet.
Took it right down the middle. So Richard ahead, 1-2. And you're right, it'd be great for him to get out of this after all the commotion and your manager gets ejected. Just to bear down and keep this a scoreless game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Richard, nice job pitching around the box, strands a pair. as Buddy Black is shown the door by the home plate umpire Lance Barrett. Still scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And a big strikeout there for Clayton Richard. Left-handers, Clayton Richard for the Padres and Gio Gonzalez for the Nationals. Scoreless to the bottom of the 6th. The man with the only hit for the Padres thus far, Chris Denorfia, is at the plate and he'll take strike one. And the home plate umpire, Lance Barrett, still hearing it from the fans behind home plate. Every time he makes a call of a strike against the Padres, he's going to hear it. And that one outside, 1-1.
Well, now the 3rd time around for Chris Denorfia and the Padres. 2 grounders up the middle for Denorfia, 1 a hit.
Foul on play right side that time into the 2nd level of seating. But Denorfia is so versatile with this team. You can hit him at the top of the order, you can hit him at the bottom, you can play him in center, left, right. Takes that one high, evens the count, 2-2. Good guys to have on your team.
Absolutely. Gamers.
Foul.
Had the right idea on that breaking ball.
We're going to go the opposite way. So Gonzalez, as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, was working on a 14 consecutive innings of scoreless baseball. It has now reached 19.
Oh my goodness. Did you see the break on that breaking ball? That was like a wiffle ball. And it wasn't so much the large break, but the quick break. And he got squeezed on that one.
He did.
Got to call him like I see him. He got squeezed on that one.
Top foul. We were told before the game, too, that curveball, the way that it comes in for Gio Gonzalez, it sometimes forces the umpire to flinch a little bit. They're not expecting to see it in certain counts.
It's a big, sharp breaking ball like that. That's tough to get a called strike on once in a while.
And fly ball into right. Rosa into foul territory amongst the bullpen spectators there will make the catch for out number 1.
Hey, it's time to meet the Fox Sports San Diego girls. Update your status and follow them online as they keep you posted on what's happening in San Diego sports. It's easy. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. All your access passes just a click away. And when you see them, say, how you doing? Fox Sports girls.
They make you read that one. They don't let me read that one, huh? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. New guy. That's good. I'll wait my turn. Pitch in there for a strike to Will Venable. Venable 0 for 2. You can say 0 for a lot of these guys. Denorfia, as mentioned, the only hit for the Padres and the only hit thus far for the Nationals. Led off the 5th inning by Adam LaRoche. And Venable bunts a beauty.
Perfect.
Not going to get him. We saw him do that Sunday as well. And that's a great new addition to the repertoire at the plate of Will Venable.
Perfectly placed. And that was a breaking ball as well, I believe, from Gonzalez. Well, you know what? He had his foot out of the box as well. I don't know if his whole foot was out of the box, but they did not call it. Breaking ball placed perfectly, deadened perfectly. Past Gonzalez. Long run for Espinosa, and then you equal the speed, or you put in the speed of Venable. Great formula right there for a base knock.
You know, Juan Pierre was here over the weekend, and maybe he had a little bunting clinic we didn't know about. Of course, he's with the Phillies, not going to give up too many secrets, but I'm sure Will Venable, a Princeton guy, was able to study him nicely and incorporate some of that into his batting style there, as Headley will swing and miss at strike one. No runs in the game. Only 3 total hits. At the second for the Padres, and that man right there, Clayton Richard, has certainly shut down the Nationals to this point.
Always have to be aware as a base runner, that catcher throwing behind the runner, especially with the right-handed hitter Headley. After that secondary lead, sprinting, busting it back to the bag.
And they'll throw over.
Hear the box, hear all the umpires in the stands?
Oh, yeah, they're going to be doing that all night now. A mild-mannered Buddy Black ejected for the 15th time in his big league career as a manager. Gets the call in the corner there. It's 1-2. One thing I do love about Buddy, he's got some conviction, and he goes out there and battles for his players. And there's not a smarter manager that I've been around in a long time that he knows the rules. He knows every little inside outside rule of this game. As Headley swings and misses, and that is strike 3. 5th strikeout for Gonzalez. And now with 2 away, it'll be Nick Hundley.
Check out the grip of Gio Gonzalez as he goes up the ladder against Headley. Looks like a 4-seam fastball going right after him up the ladder. Tough to lay off that one. It looks so inviting out of the hand. Because let's face it, a lot of hitters, they like the fastball elevated. That's where you want to get a pitcher, to get it elevated. And Chase couldn't even follow it off to get another chance. So up the ladder to get him.
Only a take ball 1.
Good first pitch changeup. Even though you miss with that pitch, it gives you a thought in the back of the hitter's head. He's got it in his arsenal.
Only with that career high 4 RBI day against the Phillies on Sunday. And swings and fouls that one out of play. So we're even, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs as they fight for that souvenir. Yeah, that's a broken bat. And our unofficial tote board is 4 bats have been sacrificed in this game by Gio Gonzalez.
Thanks to our statistician Mike Trussell, who keeps the running tally of broken shillelaghs.
So it's not unofficial then, it is official. If Mike says it, it's official.
Nice changeup. Gonzalez, seems like Gonzalez has gone more to the changeup as this game has gone on. As I said, this is the 3rd time around. You can see he misses out of the zone. That's exactly where he wants to be with that off-speed pitch.
Ahead in the count 1-2 against Nick Hundley. And he got him. Strike 3. And the inning is over. 6 strikeouts now for Gonzalez. We're scoreless to the top of the 7th.
6th. Buddy Black not happy with the balk call here on Clayton Richard. Mark Grant was looking for it. I know Andy Mazer, too. I don't see it. Do you?
Yeah, I don't like the call on a 0-0 ball game, and either does Bud Black, showing emotion that it's a huge call in this part of the game. He has to get run. Definitely a bad call right there.
He'll be watching this one from his office underneath Petco. So scoreless here in the 7th, guys. Coming up in the post-game show, we'll take another look at that. Obviously a pitcher's duel, and hopefully we'll hear from Bud Black, his thoughts on what just happened there. Andy, Mark?
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll look forward to that after the ball game here today. And, yeah, Bud Black will be there. I'm sure he'll come back out and address the throngs of media.
You know, before I make any more judgments on that balk call, I want to hear what the umpire's explanation is.
Gotcha.
We have the luxury of videotape, right?
Correct.
Of replays. And without knowing what the umpire saw, it'd be interesting to see what he's going to say regarding, if he does comment at all, on that balk call.
1-2 here on Xavier Nady. He is the leadoff batter here in the 7th inning for the Washington Nationals. Scoreless game. And some activity. Craig Stammen warming up. Right-hander loosening up for Davey Johnson.
Working underneath that one.
Working towards 100 pitches here for Richard. That one in the dirt with pitch number 95. And the count is run full here. 3-2 on Nady.
The last 2 pitches, one well out of the strike zone, way up, and then that one spiked.
Three-two. And that's trouble. In for a base hit, probably extra bases, all the way toward the wall. And Nady will cruise into second with a double. So the Nationals have had 2 hits tonight. They've both been doubles, and they've both led off an inning.
And it's a 3-2 count, and Nady just gearing on the fastball. It's getting late. It's the top of the 7th. He knows that Clayton Richard doesn't want to give away any free passes. That is middle in. He's looking for it, and he puts a good swing on it.
And as we mentioned, going up towards 100 pitches, Luke Gregerson beginning to warm up for the Padres in their bullpen. And you'd have to think late in a close game with Drew Storen, the Nationals closer, out of action. Brad Lidge has scuffled. Henry Rodriguez throws the ball very hard, but sometimes you don't know exactly where it's going. And Houston Street available here tonight, but has only had a couple of save opportunities so far on the year. So the batter, Wilson Ramos.
We'll see if Clayton Richard can keep the ball in front of the runner. I mentioned that last series, how the pitcher tries to keep that ground ball either to the third baseman or the shortstop to keep Xavier Nady at second base. Ramos wants to try to advance that runner hitting to the right side.
And the pitch missing outside, 1-0.
Or early in the count, getting something he can drive to drive him in.
Pitcher concentration. Clayton Richard and the interim manager here tonight with Buddy Black out of the game, Rick Renteria. And a liner down the right field line that is sinking fast and sinking just foul. So that count will even at 1-1. Well, fans, this year you can save when you buy your San Diego Padres tickets early. Prices are going to vary depending on the game you want to attend and when you buy them. Check Padres.com for current ticket prices and be sure to buy early. And you can save and you can be like those folks. Join us here at Petco Park. So the Nationals with a runner in scoring position. And nobody out here in the 7th. Clayton Richard trying to keep it scoreless. Pitch missing a little bit inside. That was close, 2-1. Falling behind now, 3-1. With pitch number 100.
Notice also Clayton Richard kind of taking a little walk on that mound. Usually he gets that rock and gets right back up on that rubber.
10th time today he's been in a 3-ball count. A swing and a foul back to the screen. It'll even it up. Or excuse me, they'll go full 3-2. Full count offering. Missed and lost him. Ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
You know, with the way that pitch was thrown and the way Nick Hundley caught it, that actually, according to Fox Tracks, was a strike on the inside corner. It didn't look pretty.
And Darren Balsley will run out and accomplish a couple things here. Chat with Clayton Richard and also let Gregerson get a little bit more warm.
Well, here's that last pitch to Ramos. Nick set up outside, but actually, according to Fox Tracks, that hits the inside corner for a strike.
So Richard now it's difficulty here, but again, just like in the first inning, but it's a situation where if you get a ground ball, you're loving life.
Would be one. I'm thinking that Lombardozzi, you know, do you bunt him over and then you got the pitcher spot up and then do you force the hand of Davy Johnson? I'm thinking he's got to be bunting here, huh?
Chase Headley certainly getting that opinion, as is Yonder Alonso at first. And he does bunt. It hit him. Did it hit him in fair territory or foul territory? It looks as though they're saying in the batter's box. So that will be a foul ball. Every time that happens, I just get evil flashbacks from that day in Los Angeles.
Ball hit and hits him on the knee while he is in the box. Therefore, right call from Lance Barrett, foul ball.
So strike one.
Yeah, you got Stammen hot in the game, scoreless, getting late. Looks like Lance I'm sorry, there's a pinch hitter on deck.
Bunts high off the plate, fielded by Richard, one play only, and he'll get the man at first. With the job done there by Lombardozzi on the sacrifice.
Chad Tracy swinging the shillelagh on deck, so he'll pinch hit.
So the day for Gonzalez done, and Tracy will step in. Putting a left-handed batter up there against a left-handed pitcher in a big situation in the game with the infield coming in. So second and third, and Tracy in limited action, getting 143 with 3 runs batted in. And checks on the first one. They will appeal. And third base umpire Gary Darling says no swing. Chad Tracy's been around a few years. 5 career pinch hit home runs, as you just saw. 1 for 9 as a pinch hitter this year. And a bouncy ball right back up the middle. It's going to score 2. Heading toward the plate right now is Nady, and also crossing will be Ramos, and with 1 swing, it's now a 2-0 lead for the Nationals. Against the drawn-in infield, right back up the middle. And Tracy is now driven in 5.
First pitch he spit on. Second pitch, a fastball on the outer part of the plate, and he gets great extension. Catches that ball out in front, actually pulling that ball. The second baseman side of second base. 1 swing, 2 runs.
Well, that's going to be it for Clayton Richard. Rick Renteria will walk out to the mound, and we will have a pitching change. We will take a timeout as Luke Gregerson will make his way in toward the field of play. 2-0 Nationals here in the 7th. at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. So Luke Gregerson will come in and replace Clayton Richard. Tough pitch. Chad Tracy with one swing makes it a 2-0 lead for the Nationals.
Hey, a good at-bat by Chad Tracy, and as the right-hander enters the game, you might be wondering at home, well, why would Davey Johnson send up a left-handed hitter, Chad Tracy? Well, when you look against the left-hander Richard, when you look at the bench for the Washington Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman is waiting to hear what went on with an MRI regarding his shoulder, so he's unable to swing. Jesus Flores, their backup catcher, Davey Johnson doesn't. Those are the two right-handers they have, so their best bet was going with Chad Tracy. And I'll tell you what, lefty on lefty comes through big time for the Washington Nationals.
It was kind of puzzling until during the break I did look back at the guys that were available. And Zimmerman has been battling that right shoulder inflammation. And of course, Davey Johnson not going to tip his hand whether or not the guy's available before the game. As we do have a pinch runner out at first base for Tracy, Roger Bernardina with some speed over there at first. And the batter Ian Desmond against Luke Gregerson. The first pitch, swing and a miss. How do you judge Luke's slider to this point of the year?
Well, it's been kind of iffy at times, but I think he has made an adjustment well. Same type of adjustment Clayton Richard on his slider, staying on top of the ball. When Luke has a tendency to work on the side of it, it'll flatten out. But if he stays on top of it, it's got good tilt to it.
And a pitch out and a little fake move toward second base there by Bernardino.
Like any pitcher during the course of a season, you're going to get in ruts to where you just, your arm feels great, you feel right physically. It's just that one thing out of the hand, the ball's not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Quick throw over. That was close. Bernardino getting that uniform dirty.
How close was it? Good throw. Just gets his hand on the bag before the tag. That's a big lead right there.
And there he goes. Now the pitch fouled back to the screen, so Bernardino will get his running in and head back to first base. Andy Mazer sitting in for Dick Enberg, who's taking this series off. Pleased to be with you here tonight with Mark Grant.
Glad to have you, Ange.
Yeah, it's been fun. Different vantage point, and it's the same game, though. I've noticed that. Another quick throw over. The one thing I noticed in the Philadelphia series with runners on at first base, especially we mentioned Juan Pierre earlier. Even with a guy like Luke or Richard that have those great pickoff moves, he would always dive to that outfield side of the bag to avoid that sweep tag.
That's right. Longer distance to travel to apply the tag. Luke Gregerson is making some good throws on that left side of the bag towards the outfield.
It was always strange to watch those guys at first base that play the first base position to set up off the bag or in front. Because it always seemed to me it was going to be a tougher tag to get a guy. And there goes Bernardino, a little hesitation, and that ball is going to go foul out of play. But you used to see Prince Fielder and other guys set up way off the bag at first base, holding a runner on. They're not really holding anybody on.
Well, when you're thrown over to first base from the pitcher's rubber to the first baseman, you want to try to throw it on that side of the bag. Over here, the first baseman's got to go from here to there to make the tag, right?
Not running this time, and a swing and a miss. There was the Gregerson slider.
Yeah, there it is. That's the slider we know and love. There's a couple Snyders out there I'll probably love too, but I can't get into that right now. Out of the zone, swing and a miss.
And the hat trick for Desmond. 3 strikeouts for him tonight. 2-0 Nationals. They've gotten their 2 runs here in the 7th inning on a pinch hit single that drove in 2 by Chad Tracy.
I know a Snyder I love, Kai Snyder over at USD.
Absolutely. Athletic director over there does a fine job. And thinking something might be on there, but nothing doing on pitch out.
You know, it's something to keep an eye out for here. Maybe Luke Gregerson throw a fastball inside here to the left-handed hitter and throw behind the runner. That's when Nick will sneak behind the left-handed hitter and fire down to first base to Alonso to try to get Bernardina maybe too big of a secondary lead.
There goes Bernardina. Pitch called a strike. Throw on the bag and a great tag applied there by Bartlett. Throw kind of one-hopped, but Bartlett sticks with it. And they cut down Bernardina and end the inning. The 2 runs do come home on the Tracy single, and it's 2-0 Nationals to the bottom of the 7th. Texas dealer. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. And Cameron Maben will lead off for the Padres here, down a couple runs as we look in on the Western Metal Supply Company building. One of the great features of this fine ballpark, Petco Park, here in San Diego, California. Maben looking for his first hit. He's been on base 1 time. And Craig Stammen is the new pitcher for the Washington Nationals.
Well, this righty is a 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, curve, and a change. High 80s, low 90s. Kind of a short armor. So kind of a little bit of deception in that delivery. Doesn't really have the big long arm swing, enabling a hitter to see the ball well. Sinker, slider, curve, change.
Swing and a foul, 1-2. There's Tyler Clippard, hard throwing right-hander, warming up. Stammen's got that loose lace coming down from that glove. Look at that thing dangling like that.
Like a whip.
Check swing, they'll appeal, and no swing.
Time to get some base runners.
Absolutely right. You know, there haven't been any triples tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Padres lead the league with 8.
And that's outside. It's gone full. 4 consecutive games with the triple, one off tying that franchise record done a couple of different times, last in 2007. And now Stammen, 3-2. Shot foul. So we'll do it again. Only a matter of time before this guy gets on track. He showed so much potential last year, and what a lot of folks called a breakout season. Good enough to get a nice contract extension. And a pitch inside, ball 4. He walked him. Well, you can follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with MLB.com at Bat12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and a whole bunch more. Text @BAT to 31826 or simply head to Padres.com to get all the details. That is a great app. Got it on my iPad here. Been following some of the other games around Major League Baseball. And keeps you in touch.
I use it all the time.
So here's Hudson. First time he's batting left-handed tonight. And takes a strike as Stammen gets ahead. Maben with 4 stolen bases on the year. He has been caught 1 time. Love that he gets a good lead over there. Knows he can get back. And there's strike 2. Phone call again being placed down to the bullpen to see if Clippard's warmed up. Swing and a foul.
You know, Stammen possesses that sinker, that slider, to where tilt to both sides of the plate. Down and away to the lefty with the sinker. Down and into the lefty with the slider. Staying out of the heart of the plate. And when he's on, he'll get a lot of ground balls.
Quick throw over. The last time the Nationals were here last year, he and Corey Lupke, speaking of Stammen, were in the outfield conversing. This Stammen from Coldwater, Ohio, went to Dayton University, and of course Lupke from Maria Stein, Ohio, and Ohio State grad. So a couple of Ohio boys exchanging pleasantries. That was last year. There's a little looper. That's going to get down for a base hit. Maben will hang on, and the tying runs are on.
Orlando Hudson stayed on the changeup long enough to just do a tennis lob over the head of Ian Desmond at shortstop. Trying to keep the hands back, catching away out in front. Got a little action going here with nobody out.
So David Johnson is going to head to the mound and make a pitching change. He's already motioned to the bullpen, so we'll see Tyler Clippard. It's a 2-0 lead for the Nationals. Padres have 2 on. Back in just a moment. The pitchers were in control early. Gio Gonzalez setting him down. Same thing with Clayton Richard. Going a lot of strikes. And then there was this walk call by the home plate umpire Lance Barrett. Nobody really agreed with it. Buddy Black had his say and was politely shown the door. And then it was Chad Tracy coming through in the pinch with a 2-run single. And that sets us where we are right now. A 2-0 lead for the Nationals here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gonzalez, 19 consecutive scoreless innings. The National starters, by the way, have thrown in 22 consecutive innings without allowing a run. And now the tying runs are on for the Padres, first and second, and the batter will be Yonder Alonso.
Got to be bunting them over right here, huh? Get those runners over in the scoring position.
Not showing. And taking high. And the way that Lombardozzi's over at third base, he's well back of the bag. So this is Tyler Clippard, hard throwing right-hander, appearing for the 8th time. 27 years of age, out of Lexington, Kentucky. And again, not showing bunt, but taking high for a ball, 2-0. Rick Renteria anxiously looking on, as are the fans here at Petco. Two-0 pitch. In for a strike on a breaking ball.
Clippard, a fastball change and a slider, curve, 4-pitch pitcher, 90 to 94. On that fastball, pretty straight fastball though.
Two-one. Swing and a miss. Good spot for that one.
Went up the ladder on him. Now, at times, you might see off-speed pitch here by Clippard. He sped up his bat with the fastball here. See if he goes off-speed. Fastball again.
Good swing, a little tardy, fouled out of play. You may have discovered the reason that Yonder Alonso is not bunting. He has absolutely 0 sacrifice bunts in his professional career, be it majors or minors. And sometimes, as we've seen, it's tough to ask a guy that's not used to doing it to do it. So another 2-2 pitch here from Clippard. Swing and a miss. And the first out for the Padres here in the 7th with 2 on and now 1 away. Andy Perino will come up as a pinch hitter here for Jason Bartlett.
Well, Clippard saved the changeup for last, way out in front. That bat head is way past the home plate even before the pitch comes into the picture. Great arm action over the top from Clippard. Downward action as well on the slider.
So Perino will come up and bat in the spot for Bartlett and likely take over at shortstop. Well, that first thing is first, 2 on. And those are the tying runs. 2-0 Nationals in the 7th. Perino's gotten off to a good start. Takes one high and outside. It was Perino and Everett Cabrera that were locked in that epic battle for the final roster spot toward the end of spring training. And Buddy Black had the ultimate compliment for both of those guys, is saying, hey, they both stepped it up, and it was a tough decision to make. As Mark Kotze has grabbed the bat, he'll bat in the pitcher spot. And Perino dumps it into shallow center. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Maven has to hold, and Worth misplayed it in center. Maven's going to score. And the Padres are on the board, and they've trimmed it to a 2-1 lead. That'll be a single and an error on Jason Worth, who just flat out ran past the ball. And a good hustle by Hudson also to get the third.
Broken bat off the end of the bat. Does this ball check up on Worth? Hits him in the heel. Kicks it around a little bit. Maven has to wait and see. He gets the green light. He gets the red light. And then green light. We've played it in school on the playground. Red light, green light, red light, green light. Padres are on the board.
And the tying run, 90 feet from home plate. And Mark Kotze at the plate. But that's excellent base running by Maven.
Yes.
You have to do that.
Yep.
So Clippard working with first and third. And a first pitch swing and a foul at the plate. Hudson's at third and Perino at first. for the veteran, Mark Kotze. Had a couple of starts. Was not happy with the pinch hit performance in a game against the Phillies when he took that called third strike. A chance to redeem right here.
Oh, and a
good rip.
Good. Look at that. Fox tracks. Right down the middle.
That was about down the middle as you can get.
Yeah. And you look at the reaction. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I just missed that pitch. Okay, time to regather. Little encouragement from the Friar faithful.
Could be an old Sweeney uniform right there.
Yeah.
Long time set here by Clippard. Now delivers, and that's hot.
By design, up and out of the zone.
Clippard in 72 appearances last year was 3-0 and had a 1.83 earned run average. This kid can throw. Everybody watching intently with that tying run at third base. 1-2 the count on Kotze.
Change up down and away.
Swinging a foul as Perino was on the move.
Did a good job of fouling that one back. That was a good changeup.
You love watching veteran pinch hitters who know what that pressure is like.
Yep.
Approach their at-bats, which is why he got so upset the other night.
Absolutely, and that's why I love talking to Mark Sweeney about situations like. I mean, this is gut check time, right? I mean, tying run on third. You want to come through big time, draw a walk or get a big base hit.
Over 300 lifetime as a pinch hitter, and foiled a great pitch right there.
Another
lives to see another one.
Another changeup.
You talk to enough veteran hitters around baseball, and they'll tell you that this is probably the toughest job in baseball.
Hey, you know what? You can do all the hitting in the cage. You can have guys throw to you down there. You get hot, but there's nothing like going out there and trying to hit live pitching. And you know what? And also, you're coming off the bench. You're not facing some slouch down there. You're facing the eighth inning setup guy or the closer. So add that to the pressure. See what Ramos puts down there. Fastball in, curveball, fastball away.
There goes Perino again. A swing and a foul again at the plate there by Kotze.
He's getting some good hacks.
So Kotze missed a brief portion of the beginning of the season with that calf injury. But just having him back, all those guys in that dugout, just love having him in the clubhouse. Guy who has seen a lot in his major league career. Runners on at the corners. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Clippard. And instead of throw over, Perino been on the move a couple of times, so Clippard will check on him.
Also, watch for the fake to third, throw to first. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's a tired move. Well, you know what? You get the right guy over there, and it might not work 99 times out of 100, but that one time, you get a runner over there who's getting a little froggy. And believe me, Dave Roberts making it aware to Andy Perino.
There goes Perino, and another foul out of play. Nice battle. This will be pitch number 8. You like to improve your chances here. More pitches to see.
Absolutely. And he's seen the fastball. He has seen the changeup.
Again, a 1-2 pitch.
This might be a changeup here.
Their media guide calls Tyler Clippard a goggled wonder. Let's see if Kotze can
throw over again here.
Yeah. Let's see if Kotze can get one in against the goggled wonder. perfectly by Mark Grant. The pitcher with the advantage of looking at those signs and knowing what that thumb means over there.
You know, in the old days, that thumb thing used to be like flipping. Buzz the tower.
Gotcha. It's changed a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Fastball in, change up, fastball away. Curveball. Here comes the deuce.
There goes Perino. Pitch is low, and Perino will steal the base. So now, 2 men in scoring position.
Clifford may have gotten squeezed. It was a curveball, and it was a darn good one at that. Mark Kotze laying off that pitch. You talk about a hitter being disciplined. Here's that pitch. I think according to Fox Tracks, it was a little low. So, hey, good call by Lance Barrett, the home plate umpire. As you can see, that dot right there, that's the last pitch, and clearly out of the zone.
Now a hit can change this ball game. And a foul out of play again. And the battle continues.
What a great battle. Love this. Pitcher versus hitter. He has seen the fastball. He has seen the curveball. He has seen the changeup. He has seen, I don't know if he's seen the slider yet.
He's about to see his 10th pitch. Swinging a foul to the screen again. The battle rolls on. I'd sell tickets to just this for me, you know. We've had 8 foul balls already in this at bat. So these are the kind of things within the game that you just love to watch.
These kids are loving it.
Yes, they are.
Now, as a pitcher, you think to yourself, do I have to make up a pitch to try to get him out? Change up.
Here it comes. And again, a foul out of play. Well, Mark Kotze.
See Clifford's reaction?
He's upset. He's kind of like, what's going on here? These fans love it. They appreciate it. Another 2-2 pitch. Popped him up. Left side of the infield. And putting the squeeze to that one is Desmond. A big second out for the Nationals.
What a great battle by Mark Kotze.
So the runners stay at second and third. It'll be up to Chris Denorfia. That tying run stands at third base.
Well, here's the final pitch. It was a changeup. You can see Mark Kotze's body way out in front of it, working underneath it. And Clifford wins the war there.
Well, it was a 12-pitch battle that included 9 foul balls. So who knows? Maybe he'll groove one here to Denorfia.
Sure. Hey, first pitch fastball. Chris Denorfia, he likes that pitch.
Denorfia lays off that pitch outside. Slider.
There's the slider.
There you see the numbers with runners in scoring position. Does have that 1 RBI, a chance to double that total right here. And he'll take one right down the middle. That's a strike, 1-1.
Okay, 1-1 is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
First pitch slider off the plate. He saw his fastball to even it up. I'm guessing he's going to go breaking ball away here.
That's where they set up.
There it is.
Slow. It's 2-1. Clifford has had to throw a lot of pitches, 23, including, as I mentioned, 12 in that wanted bat to Mark Kotze.
And I'm guessing Clifford's going to try to keep the ball away here from Denorfia. Give him right field, right? Right center field. Nothing middle in, something can jerk out of the yard.
checked it, couldn't swing, couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball right down the middle. 2-2. So the Padres score a run here in the inning. They have the tying run at third. The go-ahead run is in scoring position at second base.
So slider, fastball, slider, fastball. You think it's going to be a slider here? I think so. Fastball away.
You got to have a lot of inner belief to lay off a pitch that close.
Now, interesting situation here. Full count. First base is open. Clippard may throw him a slider here. Doesn't have to throw him a fastball for a strike. Could be a changeup.
And a bouncer left side. Cut off there by Lombardozzi. He'll throw out to Norfia. And that is the inning. But the Padres get a bit closer. They do score the run on a couple of hits, but leave a pair to the eighth. 2-1 Nationals. The sounds of Diamond, David Lee Roth, and Van Halen right there as we head back here inside Petco Park. 2-1 lead for the Nationals. Andy Mazer in here for Dick Ember, taking this series off with Mark Grant.
Is that the new Van Halen?
I think it might be, yeah.
Love that.
It's good to hear those pipes again.
Big fan of Van Halen. As Andrew Castro now towing the slab here in the top of the eighth inning. 8 2/3 innings worked for Andrew. Good opponent's batting average for Andrew, that is. A 172 clip. And he'll have 2, 3, and 4 as Andy Perino will go in and play shortstop for Jason Bartlett.
Well, the Padres get a bit closer. They score that one run, but leave a pair in scoring position at the seventh. So it'll be up to Cashner here to hold the line.
Toto. That's Toto.
Hold the line. Because I hear Love isn't always on time. And Espinosa showed bunt, but takes it for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, first pitch changeup to Espinosa from Cashner. 87-mile-an-hour changeup. And by the way, it was a 3-2 changeup to Christian Norfia that Clippard threw him to get that little roller to third base.
So Espinosa 0 for 2 and a walk in the game. Swing and miss. Just blew a little 97-mile-an-hour fastball by him. Stoff has been fascinated with the ability of a guy to throw the ball that hard.
It's such a free and easy motion.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's exerting any extra effort at all. And again, showed bunt. And again, it's low, 2-1. Jason Worth. A couple batters away from facing Andrew Kashner. Two one pitch. And it's fouled at the plate. 2-2. Love watching that flame go up on the box up top left. That means he's throwing the ball rather hard. Good night at the office for that young man, Gio Gonzalez. Way inside. So it's gone full on Espinosa.
You know, I like that. Gio Gonzalez, after pitching, out on the bench is Sean Burnett, the left-handers, warming up in the bullpen. A lot of pitchers will go inside the clubhouse and, you know, relax watching on TV, but it's a good sign. Rooting on his teammates.
Swing and a miss. Oh, blew him away. Well, Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week when Ryan Braun and the Brewers head to St. Louis to take on Matt Holliday and the Cardinals in a showdown between NL Central contenders. Fox Saturday Baseball returning this week at 9:30 Pacific time following MLB Player Poll, which will air at a special time. Two-one. Nationals lead.
Well, that's gas right there. Easy gas at 98. Wow.
And when you talk about throwing country hard, Andrew Kashner throws country hard. Oh, 1 pitch. Got in on him. And he fights one off. Backhanded there by Alonso. And good reflexes by Kashner to get over on the cover. 2 away.
If you noticed on that play, I mean, it's all fine and dandy. They got the out, but Orlando Hudson at second base, when Alonso fielded that baseball, Hudson was right behind him. That's something that's going to maybe take some time for Alonso to say, you know what, I can go to first base. And we've got separated at birth right here, I think. Andrew Kashner and Jason Worth.
Which beard do you like better?
Well, Andrew's is well groomed. Jason's kind of, you know, the rugged look.
Yeah, I think you got the mountain man look over on the right there.
I got brothers.
Could very well be. And fastball outside corner for a strike. That's pretty good.
In fact, when I first met Andrew in spring training, I said, oh my gosh, it's Jason Worth. When did we trade for Jason Worth? I wonder if Jason Worth drives a foiler.
That's a good question.
Talked to Andrew in spring training. I said, what do you like to do? And he goes, I like to fish. You know, I got my boat hooked up to my foiler. I said, you what? Here's my foiler. What? Four-wheeler. Oh, okay.
Blowing outside 2-1. But the best was that the boat that was attached to the back of it had that brand new barbecue grill in it. And we asked him, what are you doing with the barbecue grill? There's another contestant.
This guy's a former outfielder in the Philly chain.
That's Grandpa Worth Kashner. And that pitch is low, 3-1. But he had that barbecue grill in there. And said, "Why do you got that?" He goes, "Man's got to eat."
That's right.
That was the answer. You know, you ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
What a great kid, though, Andrew.
Absolutely right.
Got to make a pitch here, 3-1. Probably try to locate a fastball away. You know, even outer third. Throw it for a strike.
Swing and a miss.
Up the ladder at 97.
That's a tough ladder to climb as a hitter.
Try getting your top hand on top of that 97-mile-an-hour heater. Well, that's the Linda Ronstadt fastball. Blew by you.
Well played.
He's got to throw him another fastball here.
Just missed high. Let's head down and check in with Layla.
Yeah, just more about Andrew Kashner. He always wears a hunting camouflage shirt underneath his jersey. Kashner, an avid hunter, is from near Houston, outside of the Houston area in deep East Texas, as they would call it, Montgomery to be exact. Lots of wooded areas, great to hunt and fish, and he says that when he wears the hunting camo, he says he feels like he's hunting batters.
It's a good way to look at it. Thank you, Layla. Appreciate that.
Awesome. Maybe put a tree stand out there or something, you know, while he's pitching.
There goes Worth. Pitch is taken and no throw. Down to second base. Worth will slide in with a steal. Not sure if Hundley was crossed up on the pitch he was getting, or they'll talk it over.
Or maybe they're going over pitches. As
Could
far
be.
as the runner on second base, they're going over a series of signs. Well, let's check out that last pitch, Andy. Fastball away, set up away. Yeah, I just think it's
no
just a refresher course to see what series of signs we're going to go through here with a runner on second base.
I think perhaps I was crossed up by that lack of cross-up.
That's why I came out to have a chat with you.
And pitch is low. And it's 2-0 on Adam LaRoche. 2 outs here in the 8th. All the runs in this game came in 1 inning. That was the 7th. Nationals scored 2 on the Chad Tracy pitch hit single. And the Padres getting 1 on the air by Worth in center. After the single by Perino.
How about back-to-back cambios from Andrew Kashner? That's going to be such a great pitch for him. Even after falling behind 2-0, he drops the changeup on him.
That's a changeup that some pitchers would love to see their fastball coming in at.
Yeah.
89.
Ooh. Slider for a strike, called a ball.
As the old saying goes, if that's not a strike, we might be here a while.
That changes the whole complexion of the at-bat. Rather than being 2-2, now 3-1, advantage LaRoche.
Three-1. Called a strike. So it's full 3-2. Thinking some gas right here.
I would think so. Well, you got first base open. I'm still seeing fastball away right here. There
Swing
it is.
and miss, strike 3. You got it right. 98 miles an hour. As LaRoche goes down swinging, we head to the bottom of the 8th. Padres down a run. Of all the action here with 2012 season tickets. Enjoy great benefits all season long, discounted parking, exclusive events, and a whole bunch more, starting as low as just $7 a ticket. Those plans are also flexible to fit your needs. Don't wait. Get your 2012 Padres season tickets. You can do it today. 619-795-5555. And a little side note about coming out to the ballpark, bringing the family of four. The Padres average ticket price, the lowest of all the Major League Baseball clubs, averaging just over $15.50 a ticket. That's good stuff.
Hey, look who's in the house. David Eckstein, former Padre, and good friend of mine, Pat Haas, pitching coach up at Cal State San Marcos. Does a fine job up there. Anna, how you doing?
So Will Venable squares to bunt and takes the pitch right off the bat and foul. And the new pitcher, Sean Burnett.
Hey, that's a good way to break a finger. See that? That pitch getting away from Sean Burnett.
Here's number 7. And again, trying to drag that bunt and fouling it. Nothing in 2. One guy that can get that bunt down consistently was the guy we just saw on the stands, David Eckstein. Was there anybody better that
tell you what
doing the fundamentals?
Hey, I remember the Cardinals came to town when Tony La Russa was managing, and David Eckstein was wearing a Padre uniform. And Tony La Russa said David Eckstein was the toughest player I have ever managed.
And a grounder to second. It'll be fielded there by Espinosa, and one away in the Padres' 8th. I just enjoyed talking baseball with that guy before a game. He could break down what a pitcher was going to do and how the pitcher was going to work him. And he was always in the video room. He reminds me so much of a position player like Greg Maddux, who was in the video room all the time. And David didn't maybe have the best ability as far as arm strength or whatever, but he just knew how to play the game.
Remember, he played short.
Yeah.
And remember, everybody was like, "Oh, he doesn't have the arm to play short," but he would feel if he could get to it, he would field it. And he'd get that little extra crow hop and make the throw across the diamond. Get the job done. That was the thing about David Eckstein. He got the job done.
2006 World Series MVP. He got the job done.
He got the Corvette is what he got.
He did.
And he gave it to his brother.
He did. Big family guy. They are a tight-knit group, the Ecksteins. It was good to see him. Badly with the count of 1-1. I'll take that. Burnett offering low. And it's 2-1. Say there's a little family resemblance, too. Rick Eckstein, the hitting coach for the Nationals.
He looks just like him, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a liner down the right field line. That is foul into the bullpen. Hadley trying to go the other way. But one thing that's kind of separated these two teams is, as you're seeing right there, the winning those one-run games, 6-2 for the Nationals. They had 5 one-run wins on their last homestand, including 3 that went into extra innings. There's a base hit back up the middle. Almost took Burnett's head off.
Holy smokes.
It took his hat off, I know that. Head still firmly attached. And he'll walk it off a little bit there as Headley went right back up the middle.
Coming right at you. Oof. Oh, I'm just glad that Burnett got out of the way. Tried to get his glove up there in time, but and you know what? He clearly, the baseball clearly misses him, but we've seen many times when pitchers can get hurt on the fall.
Looking up the Padres numbers in close games, 1-3 in those one-run games, 1-8 in games decided by 2 or less runs, and that tells a little bit of a story.
Yeah, and what that tells you is that with the one-run lead, they're pitching right, and then their bullpen holding that one-run lead.
So the tying run once again on, this time at first base in Headley, and a pitch in the dirt. Well, they're looking for his first hit today. He's not alone. Padres have managed 5 hits today off of Nationals pitching. But the Padres have been equal, only given up 3. But there was that 2-run single in the pinch by Chad Tracy. That's the difference in this game right now.
move to first.
As you see, Frieri and Street. Right-handers loosening up for Buddy Black's ball club. Buddy was ejected from this game earlier today, arguing a balk call with home plate umpire Lance Barrett. So Rick Renteria guiding the ship here late. A little tapper up the first base line. Burnett says he has it, but LaRoche will take it and tag Hundley. So as good as a sacrifice, but now 2 away with Headley standing at second. And Cameron Maben will have a chance to knock this run in.
Well, we saw some 2-out thunder against the Philadelphia Phillies. That was back on Sunday in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. The Padres scored 2. And also in the 5th inning. With 2 outs, Headley walked and Nick Hundley hit that 2-run shot. And how nice would it be for Cameron Maben to lay into something here?
It'd be okay with me. I'd have no objection to that. So if he was waiting for me to make it okay and approve it,
you concur?
You can go right ahead.
The cheerleading from Chase Headley at second base.
These are the kind of situations that can make you forget about an early season slump. In there for a strike. You come up with that one hit to help your team stay in a ball game and tie it up. Everything else is forgotten. So Burnett and Ramos having some trouble connecting on the signs. Maben will take the chance to step out.
Notice how Ramos has the white out on his fingernails.
Just outside, 1-1.
You've got the gray uniforms, road unis. You've got the shadow where the catcher squats behind home plate to give the signs. So sometimes it's difficult to see. So you just put a little white out there, you can see. Easier to see the fingers. Some catchers will put tape around their fingers.
Swing and a miss. Pulled the string. And now Maben down, a ball and 2 strikes.
And Burnett staying down and away from Maben, that time with the changeup. And why not go back out there, right, if you're a pitcher? Gonzalez continuing to watch from the dugout.
Got him moving. Delayed strike 3 call by Lance Barrett, the home plate umpire, and Chase Headley having a little trouble agreeing with that. 2-1 Nationals after 8. Just joining us, the 6th inning, some fireworks on the field there as a balk called on Clayton Richard. Nobody agreed. Buddy Black didn't. Lance Barrett said, "You're gone." He threw him out of the game. 7th inning, after the Nationals took a 2-0 lead, Padres had a chance. They get 1 run back on this base hit in error Mark Kotze, after a 12-pitch at bat, pops up, and Kristen Orfia grounds out to third, ending the threat. And that will send us, as a very excited Tyler Clifford, will send us here to the top of the 9th inning. Ernesto Frieri will come out of the Padre bullpen. And Xavier Nady is the first man up here in the 9th inning. A 2-1 lead for Washington.
We've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. 8 hits combined, 2-1 score, and it's the job of Ernesto Frieri to keep him at 2. We've heard of holds, right? When you have the lead, he needs to hold the Nats at 2.
And gets ahead with a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Ernesto earlier this year had a 38-pitch inning and didn't give up a run.
That's incredible. That is unbelievable.
Foul to the screen.
That's a bet that'll win you a lot of bets.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it may not be conventional, but it was effective.
You ask anybody, hey, I'll bet you $100 that a pitcher threw 38 pitches and was not scored upon.
Yeah.
They think you're crazy.
Well, the man they call the Big Earn out there trying to keep it right where it is. Fastball overthrown a bit, and it's 1-2. So Nady was aboard and scored, and Tracy singled up the middle in the pinch in the 7th.
Where was that? My goodness gracious.
Just because it was dropped doesn't mean it wasn't a strike.
Look at the location right there.
It's glowing. You can see that from space. Outside, full count. Well, sometimes pitchers' duels don't keep the umpire's attention. Full count pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. So 1 out in the 9th.
This is a good strike. Good pitch right here. Knee-high fastball. He struck him out twice.
For the batter, Wilson Ramos. He gets into one at a right center, but it's hanging up. Oh! And misjudged in the lights. Venable can't get it. It goes to the wall. And Ramos might be thinking 3. He's digging. And there will be no throw. He'll stand at third with 1 away in the 9th.
Oh, that's a tough break for San Diego. And anytime there's that line drive to right field, right center field, you have to take into consideration the lights. And as soon as that ball was hit, and just at the last minute, Will takes his eye off the ball. He's blinded by that bank of lights up there. Ramos is thinking, oh, man, it's going to be caught. Nope. Picks up the third base coach. Now Ernesto Frieri's got to make some good pitches here with the infield in.
Scored an E9. Yeah, first pitch strike. Second error for the Padres tonight. And that adds to the total. Now 21 team errors.
So that's got to be the worst feeling for an outfielder, huh?
To know that you're right there, and at the last second you can't see it.
Yeah, that play, and also the one like a line drive right at you, and you start charging in, and then all of a sudden you realize the ball's hit harder than you realized, and then it goes over your head. You talk about being caught in no man's land.
Yeah, Hunter Pence the other day had that happen to him. Now the 0-1. And that's a foul ball. 0-2 as Rick Ankiel has stepped into the on-deck circle. Go bat in the pitcher's spot. Former pitcher turned outfielder. Oh, 2. And got a piece and fouled to the screen.
Hey, folks, be sure to stay tuned after the ball game for Padres Live. We'll have complete wrap-up of the ball game, including live interviews. Bud Black down in his press conference there, post-game. Padres Live brought to you by Cox Communications after the game on Fox Sports San Diego with Mike Pomeranz and Mark Sweeney.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout right there for Frieri. And Ankiel will come up. Runner still at third base.
I think Ernesto Frieri has to learn how to trust his fastball. He's got a darn good fastball. Little deception as well. And Lombardozzi, no chance. That ball catches a lot of plate. Outer third. And a big strikeout for Ernesto. And looks like Rick Renteria is going to go to the bullpen.
As Ankiel has been announced in the game. So Joe Thatcher had been loosening up. And he will enter the ball game. So Frieri got a couple outs and a man at third base. We'll be back in just a moment. 2-1 Nationals here in the ninth. MLB season on Fox. Fox Sports is proud to support Boys and Girls Club of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. So Joe Thatcher will come in now with two away and a runner at third base as you look in from the set out there in right field. Park at the Park. Post-game show coming up. And Ankiel will stay in. And Thatcher, that roundhouse delivery outside for a ball. Ninth appearance for Joe. Way outside. Joe just happy to start the season not on the disabled list.
Hey, it's the first time in what, 3 years?
I think it's 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that he's been healthy all spring.
Changed his regimen during the spring. Trying to make him healthy here for the regular season. He misses inside 3-0.
Hey, once again, we have to take into consideration Davey Johnson's bench. Jesus Flores is the only right-hander that they have, and he's their backup catcher. So you never know how long this game's going to go.
And Keel will take a strike, and it's 3-1.
Lefties 1 for 7 off Joe Thatcher. Righties 1 for 10.
Thatcher's 3-1. Fouled out of play. And it's full.
And you notice the Fox tracks with the pitches for Joe Thatcher kind of all over the place, right? So what does that tell you? Maybe an uncomfortable at bat, especially with that delivery coming from, low 3/4. You really can't dig in that batter's box. You never know where that ball's going to go. And then next thing you know, paint the outside corner.
And this is going to go up the middle for a base hit, and a run's going to score. Ramos will cross. And the Nationals have added on here in the ninth inning and now lead 3-1 on the single by Ankiel.
That sounded like it was either a jam shot or off the end of the bat. And it looked like a breaking ball from Joe Thatcher. Let's listen. Did he crack his bat on this?
Sounded like it.
Yeah.
Interesting to look up at the board and see 3 runs for the Nationals and know that all 3 runs batted in have been driven in from the 9th spot. They've got Ankiel picked off. He will slide into the tag, and that's it. We'll head to the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th inning. Padres need 2 to tie, 3 to win. With Henry Rodriguez, and time for us to name our Carl's Jr. star of the game, and that is going to be Gio Gonzalez.
Well, he had it working. He had his fastball location on. He had the breaking ball. And you know what he did? He broke out the changeup a little later. Looked like he was a man possessed out there, talking to himself all night long, talking himself into making some good pitches. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts for the young left-hander.
And a streak now of 20 scoreless innings in a row. So it'll be Henry Rodriguez to come in. 9th appearance. He does have 4 saves. Rick Ankiel will also stay in the game after pinch hitting. He'll be in center field. That'll move Jason Worth over to right field. So DeRosa is out. So you see Ankiel. And Jason Worth now in right. And the batter will be Orlando Hudson here in the 9th inning. It's been a while since we've seen one of those 9th inning rally type magical situations here at Petco Park. Again, I'd be in favor of one here tonight.
I'm right there with you. You're going to have to do it against the guy who is sharing the closer role with Brad Lidge. Henry Rodriguez, 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, change. High 90s on the heater.
There was a high 90s heater to get ahead.
There's Brad Lidge sharing the closer role.
And pitch inside 1-1. Their closer, Drew Storen, was talking today before the game. Says now he has full range of motion in that injured right elbow. Doesn't have any pain, and he hopes to return right around the All-Star break, which would be good news for them. Obviously, they continue their hot start. Late swing and a foul out of play, but certainly not bad to have a guy like Brad Lidge who's closed games in playoffs and World Series
big
behind
games.
him. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Just in case. Lidge of the slider fame, and Rodriguez just firing up a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, so a little different way to get it done. But outs are the thing that Davey Johnson's worried about. And foul at the plate. Hudson has one of the Padres' 5 hits tonight. That was a single in the 7th. He got as far as 3rd. He was a tying run at that point, but couldn't get him home.
Nice duo right there, huh? Gonzalez, Strasburg.
Talented young duo there. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
You see the bottom drop out of that? My goodness, a slider that broke off the table.
That was a mega slider.
Oh, that was a Nintendo slider. Look at the break of this one. Straight down.
Started at about the letters.
And you know what? I'd like to have a word with that scientist way back when it said the breaking ball doesn't break.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't break my eye. That was an unbelievable slider.
Just ask Hudson. So here's Yonder Alonso, and he'll take a strike. And probably one that he'll say sounded good at 98. Alonso looking for his first hit tonight. That one missing in, and the count evens at 1-1. So by quirk of the schedule, we have a day game tomorrow. And then a night game on Thursday. We're heading to San Francisco. Bouncer to second. That'll be fielded there easily by Espinosa. Padres down to their final out here tonight. Down 3-1 in the 9th inning. And the batter will be Andy Perino. Perino came on to pinch hit and drove that single to center field there. Worth misplayed, and that resulted in the only Padres run. Good fastball again. That one hit triple digits.
Well, this little tyke is hoping for a couple runs, but he's still happy, right?
I think he just told his dad I could do that.
Yeah.
Get me out there. I'll throw 100. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back 100 MPH.
Well, there's the culprit, Chad Tracy, with that single up the middle. Pinch hit single.
With the infield in.
The 2 pinch hitters tonight doing the damage for the Nats. Tracy in the 7th and Keel in the 9th.
0-2 is the count. And the pitch inside. 3 straight 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. That's a lot of fastball.
It sure is.
Now the 1-2. That's golfed into right. Worth heading over, and he'll make the catch. And that is your ball game. Worth puts the glove to it, and the Nationals have defeated the Padres in game 1 of this series. A final of 3-1. As Mud was telling you, it was a 2-run single by Tracy in that 7th inning. That was the deciding blow in this game. And once again, our final score here tonight: Nationals 3 and the Padres 1. Padres Live, brought to you by Cox Communications. Right around the corner, Mike Pomeranz will tell us what's coming up.